Where are you taking me? Farhad asked. The goddess explained what she knew. Allseed's heart was the key to the Revelations realm, to the fortress of Oblivion. But without the tree itself, the heart's magic had waned. My temple bears a holy sign, Anahita said. It may be able to restore the heart's magical power. Have you seen the World Pillar? Farhad asked Anahita. Once, the goddess replied. An old friend of mine lives in its branches. Of? Farhad asked. And why are you helping me? Anahita ruffled her feathers. I'm a guardian, the protector of women. I'm helping you to atone for my past mistakes. With that, she fell silent and would not explain further. Of course, Farhad knew how it felt to forget everything. But to be the one forgotten, that was a new breed of torture. A thought suddenly occurred to Farhad. He asked Anahita if she too had heard the whisper in the Revelations realm. You're not insane, if that's what you're asking. Do you recall the moment you fell in love? Anahita asked. It was when she gave me her earrings for building the milk canal. Farhad said. I had not dared hope her kindness could match her beauty. Why were you in the Dark Realm? Farhad asked Anahita. I sought the source of the whispers, she replied. Once, there were many, but they all faded away. All save one. The Div captured me before I could enter the fortress, Anahita said. I became trapped as a hoopoe, unable to speak. Anahita, do you remember my eyes when I rescued you? Farhad asked. They glowed, the goddess said. Something stirred within you. I guided you away from the darkness, away from oblivion. Different ones, Farhad thought. If only I had Anahita's wings. Farhad asked Anahita what she meant by atoning for past mistakes. The goddess sighed. I was tasked with giving the holy sign to the just ruler. I gave it to the wrong person. Chaos spread through Persia. I was cast out. So he called the rock-throwing creatures Velgerd, Farhad muttered. Anahita squawked. Yes. Irksome cowards. Did you tell her how you feel? Anahita said. No, but I... Farhad stuttered and felt his cheeks burn. Anahita's sigh spoke 100 words. not even try. I'm sorry that you were cast out, Anahita, Farhad said. You have nothing to be sorry about, the goddess replied, but I appreciate the sentiment. I was defenseless. I had nothing, until Allseeds gave me a branch, and I built a weapon. The pickaxe, Farhad surmised. It is yours. Anahita shook her head. No, it is yours. I don't think I have thanked you for your help, Farhad said, shame burning his cheeks. When Allseeds died, I lost all hope. I thought my journey was over. Anahita cocked her head and stared at Farhad. You have been through much, the goddess said. But I fear many trials still lie ahead. A guardian Div, Anahita replied. Come, we must be close to my temple now. Ha! Pomegranates! Perhaps Allseeds came from the world pillar, Farhad mused. Farhad gazed upon the sigil with wonder and fear. Yes, it is bait or Mazd was Ahura sudden. Farhad refused to acknowledge what he had seen. He thought he must be mistaken. It appeared that he had already been to the Fortress of Oblivion, but he had emerged alone. How could I have left Shirin to her suffering? He thought. Guilt took hold. wisdom to rival her beauty, Anahita said. She knows to seek help from a higher power. A life is a daunting prospect, the goddess continued, if one does not share one's troubles with others. Farhad furrowed his brow. Should we not have gone to the Revelations realm? He asked. Yes, Anahita replied. But the holy sign revealed something unexpected. Allseed's heart was a memory stone. It holds a memory like a sponge holds water, Anahita explained. Like the ones you have excavated in Mount Bistun. But the engraving on Allseed's heart was incomplete. They needed to find the last What do you know about these memory stones? Farhad asked. Better I show you, Anahita said. With great trepidation, Farhad took his pickaxe to Mount Bistun once again. And then, the goddess spoke a word beyond Farhad's understanding. Returning to the Revelations realm brought a lump to Farhad's throat. Dread shuddered down his spine. We shouldn't be here, he said. The Div, Bistun, it will... It cannot hurt us, Anahita interrupted. Trust me. Was right. Bistun pounded against the red mist, but could not force its way through. Anahita became animated. I have found the key to the memory stone, she said. She told Farhad that a single word was engraved on it, only visible in the Revelation realm's strange light. Oblivion. What does that mean? Farhad asked. It is the key to Allseed's heart, the goddess said. It is where our friend now rests. Anahita's voice was quiet and strained. Yes, this is the memory of my imprisonment. The engraving featured 3 people. On the right was Anahita in human form. On the left, Farhad's love, Shirin. But who's the man in the middle? Farhad asked. Anahita sighed. My greatest mistake. Farhad staggered as the earth growled and shuddered beneath his feet. The beast, caged for now, was banging on the bars with blows so mighty they crossed realms. We have but Anahita. There is great fear is inevitable. If you do, follow me. He is my great mistake, Anahita said. How does this help? Anahita said. But before Guardian Div, the usurpers of my... Anahita trailed off. Wait, someone is nearby. Farhad, she was more... Farhad knew, but to his... He had dreamed... How did you escape? Escape? I have been there since you built the milk canal. But you are... But Shirin cat with those... Hurry, Anahita said. She is in grave danger. Forget her harsh words. Prove that you are worthy of her affection. And though he knew, with excitement. The bell would not peal, her small eyes brimming with sorrow. Anahita caught Farhad's despairing stare. Save her, the goddess said. Do not make a mistake as grave as mine. Anahita fought hard, but could not withstand the Diev's might. Farhad wept, for he had lost another friend to Bistun. Despite Shirin's cruel rebuff, Farhad longed to help her, but he could make no sense of her injuries. He gripped Allseed's amethystine heart as the drowning man clutches the rope. "I failed you," he whispered to the stars. "Please, show me what to do." And then, a memory floated to the surface. A single word: oblivion. "Don't give up," Farhad pleaded. "Stay with me." Farhad cradled her in his arms, as if she were made of porcelain, and he saw something wonderful: the slight rise and fall of her chest. "I will take you home, princess," Farhad whispered. The rain ran down his craggy face in rivulets, masking his tears. "Perhaps you do not love me," he said, sobbing, "but I fought a mountain for you, and I put trusting friends in harm's way. And selfish as it may be, I would do it all again." As Farhad walked, Shirin started murmuring. Farhad leaned close. She whispered but a single word: Khosrow. Suddenly, it all made sense to Farhad. The stone carving. The two were the perfect couple. The king of Persia and the princess of Armenia. How could a lowly sculpture question such a union? Suddenly, Farhad ground his teeth as a great fury washed over him. Not at Shirin, or even Khosrow, but at himself. What was I thinking? How could a princess love someone like me? But it doesn't do to wallow in self-loathing, and other questions wormed their way through Farhad's anger. If not Shirin, then who does the whisper belong to? How could he defeat Bistun and enter the fortress of oblivion? Why even try now? Farhad was ashamed by his selfish musings. What happened to Anahita? He thought. Does she need my help? Lost in his wretched thoughts, Farhad nearly failed to notice something alarming. Shirin's dainty feet were turning gray. "I can't feel my legs," Shirin mumbled. "Shh, be at peace," Farhad reassured her. "You will be all right, as Anahita was." Shirin furrowed her brow. "Anahita?" Farhad swallowed and drew in a deep breath. "She is your guardian. She risked everything to help me." He trailed off with a hoarse croak. I should check the rift is still sealed, Farhad thought, recalling the memory stone. What does the statue hold? Farhad wondered. Greetings, Farhad. My sources tell me something about Khosrow's tone set Farhad on edge. When the riders came, he decided to be absent. My lady, Farhad began, forgive me. I could sit here by your side for 100 years, and the gentle rise and fall of your chest alone, Farhad, on a heat. But do not be, you will be safe. And with that, he gently kissed his love on the forehead and resigned himself to never seeing her again. Princess Shirin traveled here alone. Farhad tried to reassure himself. Harm will not befall her. The choice was a difficult one, but Farhad could not abandon his friend. After all, both he and Shirin owed Anahita their lives. And while a broken heart may ache for years, death happens but once. Perhaps Anahita's last temple would suggest her whereabouts. Khosrow's letter was condescending, haughty, oppressive. Shirin would no doubt be safe with the king, but at what cost? Farhad's fingers brushed Allseed's heart. So that is how you came to be, old friend, he muttered. Farhad had failed to ring the giant bell in the battle against Bistun. If I had been able, he thought, perhaps Anahita would still be here. As Farhad stared at the smooth, gray stone of Shirin's statue, her foot, her skin was turning to stone. Of course, Khosrow's letter had alluded to something else. An agreement between Farhad and the king. Why does he want passage through Mount Bistun? Farhad wondered. And what wish does he speak of? Could it be Shirin? The thought angered Farhad. The princess was not a prize to be awarded. Farhad feared the worst. The Div was mighty and terrifying. And if Anahita had overcome it, why hadn't she returned? Khosrow was not the solution to Farhad's problems. Bistun caused the blight, and no Div would bow to a king, no matter how powerful. She will be back in her castle now. Farhad tried to convince himself. All this will be behind her. Farhad realized that now that the stairs were clear, the path was back open. Every realm? Farhad thought. If there are more, are there other Div? So I'm not the only one to have entered the Revelations realm, Farhad thought with gladness. battled within Farhad, but resolve overcame both. This time, he knew what had to be done. Visit a strange place often enough, and it soon loses its mystique. But this was the memory stored within all Seed's heart. A story Farhad needed to know. Stone shattered, molten iron flowed, hot and angry. Farhad scoured his memories for all Seed's last words. To kill a mountain, build something new. The mountain was clear. Build what? Why would all Seeds have a memory of a smithy? Farhad thought. After all, fire and trees do not usually well mix. The sledgehammer was huge and heavy, but Farhad carried it with ease. As he rounded the corner in the floating path, a gasp escaped Farhad's lips. Shattered remnants of his friend hung suspended in the air, unmoving, cold, lifeless. Do not ask for whom the bell tolls, Dave, Farhad shouted into the darkness. It tolls for thee! crashing to the floor.
This is for my friends,
Farhad cried.
last of all, for me!
And with the last mighty blow, the Deve's crimson eye. The storm within Farhad's heart rivaled the one that rent the dark skies. Bistun was defeated, but at such cost. He felt more alone than he had ever felt before. For the first time since he awoke on Mount Bistun, his path was clear, but he had no one to share the news with. Princess Shirin would be resting in Khosrow's quarters.
Farhad, what have you done? What vile...
Consumed Farhad. He felt that this world could no longer offer him anything. But death had not ended Farhad's journey before, and it was not about to now.
PlayStation